So I'm here today with Lee Shepherd. Lee is the co-owner of Finsley Wharf in Burnley. Welcome, Lee. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Mick.
So just kick off and tell us a bit about Finsley Wharf.
Finsley Wharf was a vision, a dream back in 2010 when I retired from the military. It was a derelict site, part of the Industrial Revolution in Burnley, but I saw it as a potential national canal side leisure facility.
Okay, and what happened?
Well, I pulled up alongside it and I walked around and I broke into the buildings, which were, like I say, derelict for 50 years. There was trees growing out of it. But it's on the bank of the Leeds and Liverpool Canal in Burnley, where the Straight Mile is, the Burnley Embankment, which is one of the seven wonders of the UK canal network. Also, you know, it's a feat. It's the most expensive stretch of canal in modern day money because how it was engineered, 60 feet above the town, by a guy called Robert Whitworth, who died in 1799. So I just saw an opportunity to have a venue. It's 5 hectares in total, so it's quite large. Great outdoor open space next to water where we all love to be. Bit of sunshine, San Miguel, bit of food, and the cogs started going. And then the business plan ended up being 38 pages long with a 5-year startup plan, working with Canal and River Trust and Lottery Heritage to get the majority of the funding.
Right, great. And how's it working for you?
It's working good. It's challenging, as you can imagine. Hospitality is for us all. If you want to throw something else at me in the next couple of years, I just won't bat an eyelid anymore, because what we've had since COVID, coming out of COVID, one of the hardest things coming out of COVID for us was you couldn't get knives and forks, you couldn't get furniture, you couldn't get these sort of things, and then you couldn't get the staff. So there was loads of that going on in July 21. We then had Omicron that winter. So virtually shut the doors again that winter. This year we've seen a 75% growth on the core business, wet and food sales. The other elements of the business, we've got a guest house, Turnbridge Guest House, sleeps up to 12 over 4 rooms. That's at year 5 target at year 2. The Mile Suite, which is a function suite, which does for conferences, it does for baby showers, engagements, birthday parties, film shoots, wakes, everything. That has been the golden egg I didn't realise we had. That's at year 5 target, year 2. Event space outside, same again. We're hitting targets I didn't actually forecast, which is good, because if I'd have over forecasted and underachieved, we wouldn't be sat here now. The core business, the food and the drink, that is growing. Like I say, this year, 75% growth at the peak of the season. Flat spotting again now, October, November, always does, and February. You know, December, January is normally always good in this industry. I've been doing this in another venue since 2016, but that's something that I learned as well. I basically cut ties with everything else in January this year, because in my head and my mind, my gut was telling me just to regroup at Finsley Wharf. And with that growth that we saw, Mick, this year, that 75% growth, I'm glad that I did, because it would have suffered otherwise.
And for anyone that's not been there, what would you say to them in terms of, you know, to help them understand why they should and what makes you different to other venues and options in the area?
I think the main thing that a lot of people tell me, I'll repeat what they tell me, is when they come in the gates, they're actually surprised and taken aback that it's here. Like I say, it's 5 hectares. We've got like 300 seats outside in the largest beer garden you could imagine canal side, because majority of canal side venues are right up against the water. We've got a great open space, outdoor, spring, summer, guitarist out there playing while you're having a San Miguel or you're having salt and pepper chicken. You know, people just love it. But the buildings have been restored to a grade 2 listed element with an industrial theme, open beams, stonework. You know, it actually been done very, very well, because we were very meticulous in what it had to be, working with heritage advisors. You know, it had to be done right, because all told, it's cost about 3.5 million to do. So when you come into the grounds, that is on its own, people are like, wow. We've got 50 odd car parking spaces, so we can cater for a lot of vehicles. We're dog friendly, other than actually in the restaurant itself. Our price range is middle of the road because of the elements we've got. We can offset our prices because you can go down the road 4 minutes and a pint could be pound 20 dearer than us. We offset it with the other things. So people tell me this, why are we different than other places in Burnley? And people have come up to me more than once and said, thank you for giving us somewhere to go to.
Brilliant. Love that. Love it. So what does the future look like?
The future looks tiring. The future looks good, no. But I'm not one to shy away from hard work. It keeps me out of trouble, like I said earlier. But at the moment, we've still got work to do. We've got a lot of landscaping to do on the embankment over the back. We've got the potential outdoor bar, kitchen, and community greenhouse to build. We've got potential moorings along the canal side to get more boats back into Burnley. The number one on the activity plan was to get boats back into Burnley because, you know, there is a stigma that there's nowhere safe to moor. Well, there is. Finsley Wharf is very safe to moor, and it's free to moor up here. We don't charge people to moor up here overnight, and they like that. We've had more boats last year than we had ever before. You know, we want to continue with what we're doing. In fact, I wrote an email to the staff earlier this week, and I thanked them for their work, and I thanked them what they did and how we've got through this year. But at the same time, reminded them that we still need to focus on our skills, our training, our development, and our guests, our customers, because like I always say in this industry, when we come into work, we leave our sad face at home. When the customers come into work, they've got a sad face on before they get to our bar or to our restaurant or to our seats. We turn that into a smile and they leave with a smile. So, you know, I've always said in hospitality, we are like therapists, you know. There's nothing better than telling all your troubles in the world to the landlord or the barmaid or the staff. It's just, we've got to be a good listener. But at the same time, you know, you've got to make sure you're on the ball. There's always improvement. Every day's a school day. Even for me today, cleaning the cellar out, schoolboy error, took a gas line off without depressurizing, got a bit wet.
You said every day's a school day. What have your key learnings been on this project and from a business perspective?
Wow, a lot there's a lot, you know, because my skills as in a landlord, you know, in the kitchen, I can work in the kitchen, I can do the pot wash, I can do the bill, I can do everything. So there's always something to learn. I think it's not taking your eye off things. As a manager, it's checking that everybody else is doing their job correctly, because we all have bad days, we all have off days. I know we do. But if you have it again and again and again, then there's something wrong. And then that relays onto the rest of the team, you know? So when you work as a team, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And if that person is having an off day, then what do we do to get them back up to how they were? But yeah, every day there's something to learn, from bookkeeping to, you know, accounting to bookkeeping to supply of stock. There's so much. Even now, I mean, I'm doing a little exercise at the moment for the staff on the wages process and things like that, and possibly changing from getting paid monthly to getting paid weekly to help them through, you know, the winter months. Mm-hmm. And also some people don't manage their money as good as others, and they'd rather get paid weekly, because all our staff are from the local area.
Lee, I've been really impressed with what you've said, and I wish you all the best for the future. Looks like you're on a great journey.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a good journey, and that's one of the things when I come into work every day and I'm at Finsley Wharf. It's now got a heartbeat, but that heartbeat's in tune with mine, and that work ethic, it just gives you that drive. When you do something and and it gives you that drive and enthusiasm to do something, yeah, it works. And it's kind of like when you're in the army, you have a group and you have a team together, and when you're on it and you are doing the best job that you can, you could be in the Champions League final, you know, smashing it all day long. And when we get it right here and we leave work and we get that endorphin rush from what we've done on a daily basis, that I think everybody wants that in life.
Yeah, nothing better.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of days like that again. Thanks very much, Lee.
Cheers, Mick.
Cheers.
See you later.